Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to talk about the P3000, or known as the X6 Enhanced Edition. I found this thing on AliExpress, looking at it and thinking, is this a joke? Is this really an improved edition? I already did a review, I think it's more 2 or 3 years ago, of the normal X6. This is just a very cheap budget, let's say flimsy handheld. It looks a little bit like a PSP, but nevertheless, did a full review back in the day, and I can tell you, how is it holding up nowadays? You don't want to know. It's shady, very shady. So I was curious, what have they done with the P3000 or the X6 new model? Inside the box we're going to get the toilet paper manual, yes, with some basic explanation how it works. USB cable for charging and data transfer, and the cheap headphones. Don't expect anything from them, but nevertheless they're free, or they're free, but there's something that you're going to get inside the box. Okay, so the device comes with a box itself, and it looks very basic, or basic. There's not a lot of information about it. There's some picture they ripped off from the internet, but that's it. But here we're having some information. Here it already says it is upgraded game. It comes in a 4, 8, 16 or 30 gigabyte. Most of the version I found are 8 gigabyte. Some, let's say the last version 16. We're having 4 different colors. So this is what you're going to get with the box. But basically, what is the P3000? It's just a PSP ripoff that can play retro emulation. The question remains, how good is it? Because with the previous edition I've reviewed, it was a pretty shitty experience. So I'm so curious. They say it's an upgraded edition, there's more power, but can it run the games decently enough that we can enjoy them? But sadly, when you're looking at the shell itself, it's exactly the same like the previous model. And I can tell you, you don't need to be very happy about it. Alright, so at the left side we're having the D-pad, or the 4 buttons that need to be in D-pad, and I can already tell you they didn't improve anything, still having this very cheap feel, the horrible PSP rip-off analog stick, and a little LED for the battery life. So at the right side we're having the A, B, X and Y, and having the 2 buttons for volume control and select and start. At the top we're finding 2 shoulder buttons, the on and off switch, we're having 2 connections for a jack, one for AV out and another one for jack. Let's do a little bit of speaking. Yes, indeed, the left one for TV out and the right one for audio jack. I haven't said it correctly. And here we're having the mini USB, and we're having a microphone. At the back we're finding a little sticker that says 8 GB, shitty camera, and we're having this little chrome circle, similar like the PSP. Okay, so let's turn on the device itself. And here we're going to get the famous intro, but you can already see that they didn't improve the display and we're still having the horrible shitty display. Maybe you already noticed the little message in the display when booting up, because yes people, we can use a TF card in the P3000. Oh, there's going to be a hell recording from this thing, because the display, as you can see, it has a poor shitty display like the previous models. Alright, so having the game option, music, photos, video, camera. I'll power it on so you can see how shitty it is. As you can see that it is pretty poor. I really don't understand why they keep doing this. We're having tools, browser and the settings. Okay, let's do the settings. I'm going to show you if the thing is on the not on the brightest setting. I think we still have 1 level left. Yep. Level 5 is the maximum. Oh crap. Okay, great. So now our options, power saving, daytime, language, and here we can change the TV out option on and off. So this is what you're going to get with this device. It's a similar menu like the previous model. Same old with the thumbnails. I really hate them, because if the system, let's say if the file behind it get lost or corrupted, you have a big problem and you can't do anything about it. So the previous model had a possibility to play 8-bit, 16-bit games, and PlayStation is just out of the question because it is not powerful enough. So that we're going to test out, that it will be the ultimate test of course, simply because if it can run PlayStation 1, then it's indeed an enhanced edition or upgraded edition. Alright, so crank up the volume. Oh man, the view angle is so horrible. There is one thing that basically changed finally. When pressing the select button, we're going back to the option where we can do a quick load, quick save. So they fixed the problem by they basically used the left shoulder button in most of these X series handhelds. Who came up with that? But they fixed it, so that is good. We don't have a select. That's a problem from another time. If you're wondering, can you squeeze the image to the original aspect ratio? Yes, there is no way you can do this. But at the end, when you're doing this, you're going to get this very tiny image. Just wanted to show you the game again. For example, in full screen, that was an option that we just used. If you want to use original size, I just want to show you what happens. Basically, this is for every single emulator. Okay, let's go to the game. And this is this is the thing what you're going to get. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to play it with scale option. And as you can see, now we're having two sidebars over here. So it looks a little bit better in my opinion, so we're going to leave it like this. And I still don't have a jump button with the game. Nope, they didn't fix it. And the reason why I choose this game, because this game always runs like shit on these cheap devices and they didn't fix it at all. Guys, upgraded edition, my ass. Seriously. Still, I just wanted to do the PlayStation 1 testing, just to see how it runs. This is a two-dimensional adventure game and most of these games run fine on the handheld. It runs pretty decent. Alright, so let's try a three-dimensional game. And let's see if this thing runs three-dimensional games for PlayStation 1. Yeah, I can say that it doesn't run that great. So, I don't know if they sent me the wrong one or it's just bullshit. Because if it wasn't an improved edition, these games run way better than the previous model. Sorry guys, it's very hard to record from this display. Simply because of the reflection and the display is very dark. But as you can see, it's even glitching out. So do you remember that I told you that the back button is on select, but the fun fact is that we need to enter a credit with arcade games and it's also with normally the select button. So they messed it up big time. And I can already tell you can hear of the sound that the game are running pretty shitty. Alright, so the cable is plugged in here and the top on the connection that is needed for the AV out. Going to the settings, going all the way down, and let's see, choose the TV out option. Are we choosing PAL? If everything goes right, you can see it this time clones the handheld. Sometimes the handheld itself goes out depending what kind of model we're having. Okay. Ooh. Spankman is back in town. Spankman. But this is the best what you can get with composite outputs. And the same goes with the TV out function. It's still the same like all the previous models I've reviewed. I do hear a little bit of interference. I don't know if you can hear it on the video, but oh crap, I messed it up. Alright, so it's very clear to me that this is not really an upgrade edition. Maybe it will have a better mainboard and a different chipset, but the performance is basically the same like the previous model. So what you're going to get is a system that runs two-dimensional games pretty decent, but when you want to play some three-dimensional games it runs very shitty. So the upgraded game X6 model. Is this thing worth your money? I don't know. Something you need to just decide for yourself. There are so many new options out there if it comes to retro gaming and handheld and emulation. The handheld itself, poor quality, it is very cheap to buy, but for the money I think we can't complain, and this is what we're going to get at the end. So yeah, let me know what you think of this. But thank you for watching, consider subscribing, and I will see you in the next video.